Chapter 1. In a quiet riverside town, the disappearance of a beloved librarian baffled investigators for 2 decades. She vanished in the winter of 1999, leaving behind a folded note, no footprints, in a town holding its breath. Leads ran dry. Years of dead ends turned investigative notebooks yellow on dusty shelves at the county cold case unit. Then, in 2024, a distant cousin submitted a DNA sample to genealogy research. What followed would shatter assumptions. Matches pointed to a woman living under a new name, an identical twin no one in town ever mentioned. The twist: the missing librarian had faked her disappearance to escape an abusive marriage, assumed a new life, and quietly watched the town grieve. Chapter 2. In a city alley, a jewelry store owner was found murdered in 1987. A single engraved ring was the only clue. Detectives chased suspects, arrests followed, but charges never stuck. The ring disappeared into evidence lockers and bureaucracy. Decades later, an antiques dealer consigned a ring with a faint, nearly worn engraving. A corroded letter matched the owner's name. Forensic imaging enhanced the mark. Investigators rebuilt the engraving and traced the initials to a local family line. The twist: the lead suspect was not the murderer. The ring belonged to his estranged daughter, who had hidden it to protect a secret. Confronted with DNA and the newly revealed family history, the real killer confessed, a trusted employee who had masked motives for decades. Chapter 3. A hit and run on a suburban street left a teenager fighting for life in 2005. Witnesses remembered only a blur. Early evidence failed to yield a plate. Years of tips produced nothing but rumors and renewed grief each anniversary. In 2024, a child's dashcam from a nearby bike ride surfaced online. Frame by frame, something emerged that changed everything. The footage captured a partial license plate and a fleeting logo. Forensic video analysts sharpened and expanded the frames. The twist: the driver identified was an undercover detective from a neighboring precinct, long presumed above suspicion. Internal oversight failed for years. The confession and accountability that followed reopened painful wounds, but finally delivered confirmation. Chapter 4. A missing college student vanished after a campus party in 2010. Leads withered. The campus moved on, unsettled. Police stored old phone logs and social profiles. At the time, data seemed fractured and useless against faces and crowds. Breakthrough came from digital archaeology. A private investigator reconstructed deleted messages and geolocation pings from archive backups. A pattern emerged: late-night rides booked under a fake alias, the same vehicle circling campus several nights in a row. The twist: the alias belonged to a roommate's close friend, someone students trusted who used proximity as cover. Arrest followed. Digital footprints, reconciled timelines, and a confession finally closed a file that haunted a generation. Final chapter. For files closed, each with a twist that reminded communities how fragile assumptions can be. These cases show how time, technology, and persistent inquiry can overturn decades of uncertainty and false conclusions. Twists often stem from the smallest detail: a worn engraving, a borrowed dashcam, an archived message, a DNA cousin's test. Justice arrived imperfectly. Some victims found answers. Some communities faced painful truths they never wanted to see. If there's a lesson, it's this: no case is truly cold if someone keeps looking, keeps asking, keeps digging. These 4 investigations closed a chapter in lives left waiting. The truth arrived messy, late, and finally undeniable.